Today we are in Cades Cove, Tennessee, a valley nestled within the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Very beautiful and very scenic. I am going to show you some of the sights here, but we are also going to visit some of the pioneer cemeteries of Cades Cove. Today we are in the Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee visiting Cades Cove. Cades Cove is a valley that was home to pioneers who settled this area sometime in the 1800s. Known for its picturesque views and native wildlife, Cades Cove is one of the most popular destinations in the Great Smoky Mountains. Religion was a very important part of these early settlements in Cades Cove. So today I am going to visit 3 places of worship of the pioneer Cades Cove settlers along with the cemeteries attached to them. I'll also be showing you some of the scenery within the cove. I know this cemetery tour is a little different than my normal tours, but certainly hope that you enjoy this unique look at the cemeteries of Cades Cove. Our first stop will take us to the Cades Cove Primitive Baptist Church. The graves in this cemetery were a bit older than some of the others that we will visit later in the video. The inside of the church was primitive, and that was reflected in some of the grave markers. You'll notice that some of the markers were simple stone slabs with no markings on them at all, and it kind of makes you wonder what life actually looked like in the early pioneer days of Cades Cove. This building and the surrounding graves perhaps shed a little light on what things would have looked like. This location is surrounded by beauty and mostly untouched nature. All the cemeteries that I visited within Cades Cove were well maintained and had well marked walkways to keep visitors a respectful distance away. To me, visiting cemeteries is all about history and a time gone by. I can find no better way of visiting a time gone by than to be visiting Cades Cove. You know, it's really nice to be in Cades Cove today and to see an area that's really been largely undisturbed since the mid-1800s. The graveyards and cemeteries are very interesting, and some of the markers and tombstones that you'll see, really favor some of the ones that you see in the older cemeteries around where I live. So, very nice to be here today and to be able to share this with you. The Cades Cove Methodist Church is our next stop in today's tour. If you looked at the foundation of the building, it amazes me how the settlers would simply start building on foundations of rock that they had gathered. This cemetery has older graves as well, but not as many as our first stop. Again, very beautiful views and very primitive. You can see by the coins left on some of the graves that many people still visit. I'm going to show you more views of the cemetery and scenery before moving to our next location. Cades Cove Missionary Baptist Church is our next stop. Once again, another primitive building that makes you feel like you're in the midst of history. The graves here were not as old as our other stops, but this area still reflects the pioneer life. As we wrap up today's cemetery visit, I want to leave you with a few more sights from Cades Cove. If you are a fan of history, nature, wildlife, or the outdoors, this place is definitely a location that you should visit. I want to thank you all for watching today's video. Again, I know it's a little different than my normal tours, but I believe that you all would enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't and join me on my future journeys. I really enjoyed today's visit and being able to bring it to you. Thanks for those who went with me on today's journey, and I will see you again soon.